Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of What in the World is Going On with me, Annika Raspberries. Now today we have an interesting setup, so I am hoping everything will run smoothly. I think so, but just bear with me. I'm going to flip the camera and we're going to begin because today's topic is a huge OMG moment. Also, what is my hair doing? Oh, it's crazy. Okay, here we go. Let's get started. All right. Hopefully you can see me. If you can't, I actually can't read the comments because I am going to put this stand a little bit in the opposite direction. So hopefully this works. This is so funny. Okay. So I'm going to plug you guys in so that we'll be all good and ready to go. And then we'll be set. Oh, I think we're in. I think. Yay! All right, let's get started, shall we? First of all, can you even see me? I have no idea, but we're gonna go. All right, y'all, OMG. So much has happened. It is crazy. That's all I gotta say. So first things first, has everyone heard about this new explosion of a topic? It's not an explosion. It's just something that I cannot even believe. So apparently, the newest post from the New York Times says that the Bristol Myers Squibb Corporation, they have been avoiding taxes for a while because they were able to pretty much put their money in another country. And what country was that? Ireland. So let's talk about this. They not only were able to hide just some money. No. This is $1.4 billion worth of stuff, y'all. That's a lot. So anyway, everyone's like, what? And Biden's all like, yo, if you want to do stuff like that, then I demand that you pay that money back that you never paid in taxes so that we can get my little infrastructure bill going. And not have to tax the middle class. Sounds cool. But that stinks for that company, right? So let's just talk about, first of all, the whole, sorry, I feel like I saw something was in my hair. The whole Bristol Myers Squibb issue. So this all comes back to U.S. politics, Democrats and Republicans. Now, that is a very broad term. You could have a Republican who thinks differently than a lot of Republicans that you see on the news, and you can have a Democrat that thinks differently than what people see on the news. So don't judge all of them the same. But for the purposes of this, we are going to talk a little bit about what we are going to see in kind of the economic rollout of this situation and in terms of the history of the way presidents of both sides really showed their stance with economics, right? So the Democrats recently, in recent years, like to say tax the rich, right? So that would be a company like this, right? So Bristol Myers Squibb. This company, which is the pretty much second largest drug company in the United States, they are essentially hiding this money in Ireland. Why not in the U.S.? Why aren't they paying taxes to the U.S.? Why are they paying in Ireland? Well, let me tell you something. It's really all connected. So this company started putting their money in Ireland so that they could avoid paying such high taxes. Our country was actually one of the countries that had the highest tax rates in the world. So let me give you some data. 35% was the corporate tax rate for businesses at that time. Now, what time was that? 2012. 2012, right? Pretty recent? Actually, it was during the Obama era. And that's when Obama said, it's going to be 35%. Okay? 35% of all that income you're getting from your huge, big businesses is going to be taxed. And Bristol-Myers Squibb was like, okay, yeah, okay, Obama, bye. And so they left. So that is what the Republicans' argument is. Now, I'm saying it again, Republicans in big terms. So Republicans say, can we not tax the rich? Because then all our money goes to some random country. Now, why do they pick Ireland? First of all, taxes are way lower. Second, it's a great gateway place to get money back into the U.S. through the Caribbean island countries such as Bermuda. So, for example, Ireland and Bermuda, for example, have a good connection where you can bring in money to that country, and then Bermuda to the U.S. is easy because right there, all right? So it's really interesting, the dynamics here. No one party is right, and that's what I want to ask you. So keep listening, and then I want to hear your opinion at the end. So when we talk about having that money in a foreign place, people say, hey, bring that money back to the U.S. But why would a smart company ever do that? And when I say smart, I mean economically smart. When they could get a lower rate in another country. So that's why Republicans make the argument and say, don't tax the rich. That money is flowing to our economy in the U.S. It still is. And those taxes that we would keep within the U.S., even though they'd be a little lower, they would stay in the U.S. So that's what Trump did. He lowered the tax rate to 21% for corporate taxes. All right? So from 35 to 21. That got a better initiative for businesses to come back to the U.S. So when Trump says, we're going to get jobs back in the U.S., and you're like, how? Where? I don't see it. Well, this is one of the things that could contribute to that goal. Check. He did do that. As you can see in any kind of database, it's easy to see that Trump lowered it. You'll see from 2008 all the way to 2017, January 20th, when Obama was like, peace, the tax rate was 35%. And then from then on, it was 21%. So what happened was, you might be confused, why are they finding this out? Well, it got leaked. So what happened was, Biden, well, first of all, Bristol-Myers Squibb it's the first time that a company like that has partnered with a company like Pfizer to make a vaccine. So pretty much Biden was like, yo. Now, I don't know. I'm not quoting anything here, but it could be seen as Biden saying to Bristol-Myers Squibb, yo, please, partner with Pfizer to make this vaccine, or this story's getting out, because we know what you did. And then Bristol-Myers Squibb was like, oh, snap, okay. And so they gave, a ton of money to get that going, to get that Pfizer vaccine, right? So then the Pfizer vaccine came out, and then someone leaked it to the New York Times. I know, cray. So they leaked it to the New York Times, and now everyone knows. So this poor company is facepalm, right? So they're like, okay, so we just put all this money in. And so now what Biden's saying to them is, you stole all that money? Not stole, but, didn't put it in taxes. We now want you to put it into I want you to pay back that money for taxes and put it in my infrastructure plan to fund it. And so then they're like, wow. So that's what's up. So my question for you guys is, do you agree with taxing the rich or not? That's the essential question. The two sides are, if you tax the rich like Amazon or Bristol Myers Squibb, they might want to, first of all, like Amazon, might hire less people, because I think Amazon would probably stay within the U.S., but you never know. If you can have a drug company abroad but working in the U.S., then you can probably do that too. Maybe outsource to China. So, but that would be kind of hard, but still, it could happen. So, do you agree that we should tax the rich? And think about this. With taxing the rich, Amazon could provide or hire less people, so less jobs in the US, okay? And a company like Bristol Myers Squibb, they might move to another country like Ireland, right? And then all that tax money that this country could have used for infrastructure or whatever else is all going into the Irish society and not our country. The other side of that is, if we do tax the rich, we'd have that money readily available, but maybe future companies or those ones might start leaving the U.S. and then they won't have that money to hire people, right? So if we don't, we can start keeping the money within the country, meaning jobs, but again, it's almost the same thing either way. That's why it's a debate. And what do you think? Now, some people say, oh, well, there's a huge percentage of businesses that as much as they get richer, they don't hire much more people. That's an argument. But also, if your business gets way bigger, you're going to need to hire more people, right? So a Republican might say, yeah, we don't want to tax the rich because we want more jobs, right? And then Democrats would be like, they ain't hiring anyone, y'all. So please tax the rich now because I don't want to be taxed. I barely make enough to live. I don't have any savings. So what is your opinion? I want to hear it below. And I just think this is such a fascinating thing. And I think the story perfectly sums up U.S. politics. Anyways, I hope this was informative. And I hope that it was coherent and made sense. This has been another episode of What in the World is Going On. If I have any corrections, or if you know of any corrections, put them in the comments below and I'll add them as an edit. Yeah. Because guess what? I'm not perfect and neither are you. And that's okay. Have a great day. So, thank you for sharing your beautiful thoughts and wisdom. Write more in the comments below, and I will see you on another episode of What in the World is Going On. Goodbye, humans of fabulousness. Now I'm going to take this off. Do, 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 do.